Hi, it's Denise Graves of the Graves Group. So, we're going to talk today. I get a lot of questions. I want to sell my house. I want to buy a house. How do I choose a realtor? I want to interview more than one person. I want to make sure I get the very best. So, what questions do I ask? First of all, you want to make sure your real estate agent knows what they're doing, and you want to make sure they have some experience. And it doesn't matter if they're a newer agent, especially if you're a buyer working with an agent. You want to make sure they have a really good team behind them, really good resources, because you want to make sure if you have questions or you need insight to neighborhoods, that someone can give you the answers you need. The first question you want to ask your realtor is, do you do it full time? Is it a career? Is it a part-time job? That really matters, because your availability times and when you need answers and responses is part of a really satisfying experience with a realtor. So you want to make sure they're going to be available when you need them. The next thing you want to ask your realtor is, how long have you been doing it? Because you want to find out their experience level, and how often do they sell in your neighborhood? Do they sell in your neighborhood? Do they show in the areas you want to look at? Many times for a seller, you have different questions than a buyer would have, but those are kind of the same as, are they familiar with the areas you're interested in? Is that agent familiar and active in the neighborhood you're selling in? And if they're not, why not? I mean, if you have a neighborhood where nothing's sold in the last 3 years, that agent's probably not active in your neighborhood. But more than even that, on what kind of expert they are in your neighborhood, is how active are they in the real estate market? Do they have, as a listing agent, the resources to market your house? A lot of agents will tell you, oh, we don't do virtual tours, or we don't do print advertising. That's all old school. Well, some of it is, but depending on where you live, like in the Hill Country, we get a lot of tourists through Bernie, through staying downtown in San Antonio, different hotels, and tourists always pick up magazines. So is that magazine necessarily going to sell your house? Maybe, maybe not, but it also goes to websites from that magazine. So Zillow, Trulia, Realtor.com, those are the big sites that sellers and buyers are looking at. So as a seller, you want your house to be there. As a buyer, that's where you're going to start your search. So you want to make sure that the agent is recognizing all resources and all ways to get your house out there in front of those buyers. And if you're a buyer, you want to make sure your buyer's agent is aware of all the areas they can find a house and you find a house. So you want an agent, perhaps it's doing print advertising if in your area it's a resort town or people are doing touristy things. People are still staying in hotels. People still go downtown Bernie, Fredericksburg, Kerrville, different places even now to do some shopping. Some, the wineries, some of those things are open. People are still out and about, not like they were before, but they are getting those publications. And if they visited the city before or were in the area, they're aware of Homes and Land, Luxury Home Magazine, Explore, Society Diaries. And if they can't get the magazine, they're going to look online, and then it syndicates to sites. So you want to make sure your agent is spending the time, the money, and the resources to get your house out there to be seen in front of people. Is your agent a good negotiator? Are they going to, if they're really sweet and kind, do they have the backbone, the experience, the negotiation skills you need? So not shopping for a best friend, you're shopping for a professional that'll be able to give you good, sound advice on either listing or selling. Maybe they list you in multiple MLSs. Maybe they do a broker tour. You need to find out what that agent's strategy is to get your house sold, and you need a track record that tells you how successful their strategy is. It's great to have a plan, but does a plan work? And they need to have backing to be able to show you statistics and what their criteria is for listing the house and how they got it sold, and what was the list to sell ratio. Do they sell your house, most houses, at 98% of list price? Do they have to do multiple price reductions? Or there are some agents that their strategy is to price the house so low that they always look like a hero because they always sell it slightly higher than ask. or right at ask. But as a homeowner, do you want to leave money on the table? Wouldn't you rather have an agent maybe that prices the house right and then works with you to get the best offer on the house with the best terms? There's a lot of things to consider when you're working with an agent. A lot of it's experience, strategy, and the resources they're putting into your home buying experience or your home selling experiences. The availability, do they have staff at the office, or do they have other team members that can handle questions for you or take care of, I need more brochures, or oh my goodness, I have a showing and I can't remember if they're coming at 11:30 or 1. You want somebody who has someone that can answer those questions for you and that are available to you when you need them. So those are all things that you want to take account when you pick your agent. The fact that y'all get along and have a great rapport is super important, but even more important than that, you want to like your agent, but you want an agent who's going to work for you and get the job done. I think that will provide the best experience for you. If you have any questions or need any more information or want to interview the Graves Group, give me a call. My number is 210-260-2176.